Adam gets burned. PBD exposes hollowness in Adam's unconventional financial advice.
Piece of insight, because I fully agree with you that if you're building something, you should rent, and you could use basically the difference to build your business. I would make the argument that you don't have to be building a business. You can be building yourself. Something, you are your own business. You are your number one asset. The number one...
Adam, I got the argument. I'm moving on to the next story. I'm thinking you're telling me some inside scoop you have on why the DeSantis doesn't own a house, and you're telling me you're building yourself.
Well, no, PBD, I'm not going to let you just bulldoze my argument here for a second.
I understand
because there's a lot of people out there that don't.
Adam, I understand what you're saying.
You do because you're smart.
You're 45 years old. You don't own a house or a car.
I'm a fucking multimillionaire.
Yeah, you're not a multimillionaire. You're not sitting there like absolutely on top of the world. The average person isn't you. The average person isn't you.
But they can be me.
No, that's not the best life.
Says who?
Says who?
You're saying having millions in the bank is not a good thing?
You think the fear of commitment to building something?
No. Okay,
No. What?
Go ahead. What are you about to say?
Go ahead. What are you about to say?
What are you about to say?
Why don't you own a house?
Because it's way better to rent.
For who?
For me.
You think for you it's better to rent?
100%.
You think it's good for you?
Because I'll give you numbers.
Yeah.
Because I've taken all the money.
I will agree. It's better for all of us that you're not driving.
I'm totally
that part. I'm fully with you.
We're on the same page
folks,
there.
I don't think it's a good idea. But
because I've taken all the money I've saved and I bought Bitcoin. I've invested into my 401k.
Yeah.
I've invested into ETFs. I've invested into index funds. And the money I would have made buying, which historically is what, 3 to 5%, I've made 10, 20, 50, 100%.
Yeah. I got
That's
you.
math, PBD. You're a stats guy. You're a math guy. Tell me where I went wrong.
You.
And America's broke.
Let me ask you
Most Americans are dumb, fat, broke losers.
Let me ask you
and they're trying to improve.
Okay.
And I'm giving them solutions. And you're like, no. Buy a house. But you just said don't buy a house.
Are you ever planning on owning a home?
Eventually, yes.
Why is that?
Eventually.
No. But when will your argument be right?
Well, from a numbers perspective, it might never be right.
Okay, perfect.
But from an emotional perspective,
I would much rather have you keep that argument and not contradict yourself. So tell me,
I've been very clear on this, sir.
Will you ever own a car?
If my wife wants me to buy her a car, yeah, we got to take some kids around.
Will you ever own a car for you?
Maybe, but it's not a top priority.
Why would you buy a car for you? Tell me.
To piss you off.
You're not going to piss me off. Well, why would you buy a car? Because the argument
I'm not anti buying a car. I do. It's funny how I love the breakdown that you did. It just came out on Valuetainment about why to do a prenup, why not to do a prenup. I love what you did there.
Look at the look on Patrick Bet-David's face. Just look at it. The moment Adam started that lecture, even PBD was done. It's a total clown show. Adam Sosnick sits there acting like the ultimate financial authority, yet he's 45 years old with no house, no car, and no family. He jumps into every argument trying to sabotage PBD's logic with these clown claims about renting being a path to wealth. I'm a multimillionaire, he screams. Yeah, okay, Adam, but all you have is liquid cash, some ETFs, and Bitcoin. You have zero skin in the game in the real world. Why is PBD even keeping him in that seat? It's pure hypocrisy to lecture US on investment when you haven't even invested in a roof over your own head. How can you teach people to build an empire when you're effectively a digital nomad living in a rental? It's hard to ignore the tension. You can see PBD's patience wearing thin as Adam tries to bulldoze the conversation with numbers that ignore the reality of building a stable life. He calls homeownership the most overrated investment, but as PBD points out, Adam is an anomaly. Most people aren't single multimillionaires living out of Ubers. Adam's spreadsheet logic says $1 million house costs $2 million over 30 years. Yeah, on paper, but he completely ignores the value of security, community, and protection. He's selling a lifestyle of very few commitments as a masterclass. It's a hoax. Are you actually following the advice of a guy who owns nothing but a phone and a bank balance? Or are you sticking with the man who built an empire? You can't lead the next generation while running away from family and property. Patrick has the legacy. Adam just has an empty rental. If you want to be broke and liquid like Adam, keep renting. But if you want to be an empire builder, listen to the man in the center chair.
Because what you did is you drew out the numbers. and you said, all right, so you want to have 4 kids, you want to have private school, how much is your mortgage, how much is your house? And you did the math. And I love that about what you did, that you did math. Most people cannot afford a house with a mortgage, with kids, with 2 cars in the garage, with food, with groceries, with insurance. The math don't math. And things have shifted so astronomically in America today that you're just going to be broke if you keep perpetuating the same bullshit. Get a mortgage,
Adam,
get your house and a
not.
car. I'm not saying you're perpetuating that. But most people are broke. Most people are paycheck to paycheck because they're following the old rules of life. Times have changed.
Our audience that watches whatever we talk about here, okay? The average person who's minimum wage, I guarantee you they're not watching a podcast. A minimum wage person would hate our podcast.
Probably, yes.
A minimum wage person hates people like us. The person who's begging to raise minimum wage, they're not going to like a podcast like this. They're going to be sitting here saying, I can't stand what these guys are talking about. That's what they're going to say. But the people that are watching, they want to grow. For a phase, I get it, to rent. I wrote the article. I said what I stood for. Then, when later on, when you decide to have a family, wife and kids, security matters, community matters, protection matters, many different things matter. Finances matters, write-offs matter. There's a lot of other arguments on the opposite side.
I made that argument.
I know. I'm telling you.
I said if you're young and single, don't do it. If you're married and have a family, you may want to consider it.
Young and
Did I not say that?
Bro, you're not young.
I'm giving advice to people out there.
You're saying if you're young and
you
single.
don't think we have 25-year-olds who are watching this being like, I'm thinking about buying a house.
You're 19 years away from getting Social Security. This guy, you understand what I just said to you? You're 19 years away from getting Social Security.
So what you want to do,
and 19 minutes from having an aneurysm.
So PBD, what you want to do is make it about me. It's not about Adam. Adam's doing freaking great. I'm talking about the 25-year-old out there, the 30-year-old out there who's like, should I buy a place? No, Hector, keep your money. Save that money.
With the 25-year-old. I am with the 25-year-old. And by the way, that was your Russia hoax. This is the other hoax that you'll eventually come out of as well. But it's going to take a while until that comes out.
No, because this is with conviction. This is with life experience. That is just media bullshit.
It's a life with very few commitments.